creation story. Long, long ago, in the beginning, there wasn't much happening. Nothing at all, as a matter of fact. Fact wasn't invented yet. Matter either. This was billions of years, or a moment ago. Big, still silence. Felt like making a stir. Looked around for something to stir with, but came up empty-handed. So silent light made everything up, from the only thing at hand, itself. With nothing but light and delight, things started to wiggle into existence. Light and delight began to vibrate in a sort of giggle. So pretty soon that wiggle and giggle became a song. A long time later, the good King James used his left brain to call it a word, because he just couldn't get that swing. But it was a song, with lots and lots of verses. And oh, what a strange and beautiful time it was, because time had no meaning yet. That whole big burst of song that created everything was a big universal bang. It was so satisfying. And because all the commotion was created by silent light loving itself, it paid close attention to all its details quite consciously. For instance, there was this one planet that it looked at succinctly, where that burst of vibration was slow way down, and an instant of creation was noticed as billions of years. There was great pleasure in all the elements of the earth as it broiled under the sun, cooled and burst. It grew as a world, and it whirled into space and became consciously aware of itself. And oh, what a dance! The balance and beat of that world became experienced by itself. And the all-pervasive source played with forgetting itself there, slowed itself down into its particles and waves. Consciousness, forgetting itself for the fun of it, is called time. Because, you see, in that topsy-turvy earth, forgetting was called remembering. Time was invented to hold on to ideas about what used to be alive and happening, and to remember them as if they were still true. And that caused forgetting. Everyone had a different story about what had been true in the previous verses of the Song of Constant Creation, and they forgot to listen to this verse, this note. There's no time limit here in this true note. Getting conscious of what's right here, wow. Direct experience without constraint of time and space ideas, and that's the real story. And here we are in that new story song. If we listen, really get quiet and listen, forgetting what we think we already know, then we hear the pulse of the song of pure consciousness. The silent singing light peeks from behind everything that we pay attention to, because it's all created right now. Now. And you and I are invited in on the joke. That delightful, kind, and loving surprise, we're in on it. We're made of it. We're it! Now, for the first time in what we call history, the whole bunch of us in this world can participate in the singing of the story. And we get to see it develop as we give close attention to a new story called Presence. And here's how it goes. Once upon this time, a holy spirit of sprites woke up. All sentient beings in the land, and that turned out to be everything and every creature, woke up to the story of right now and looked around. Just a moment before, in that dream of right and wrong, good and bad, there was a whole stanza and verse of wreck and ruin, mayhem and mishap. Why, it looked like hell around here. It was the drama of separation, distinction, comparison, and critique. But upon waking up, why, all the circumstance takes on a radiance, and the people notice everything around them just as it is. And the people notice that they feel kind of peaceful inside and powerfully clear, sort of like the wise whales and elephants who hadn't forgotten so much. And the people feel a wiggly delight in just noticing what's true inside. It was trippy for a while. Eckhart Tolle sat on a park bench for a good long while just looking at the beauty of nature. Scientists woke up and became interested in describing the quantum aspect of consciousness. And suddenly, the mental construct called linear time fell like rocks to the sides of our paths, revealing a labyrinth of wholeness that we are actually walking. Mystics Dalai Lama and Barbara Hubbard, a hipster called Ram Dass, Dr. Chopra, scientist John Hagelin and Candace Pert, and a poet, Alice Walker, they all invited people into now is all there is. Well, the gypsies get it, because they'd never stop their singing. The Stone Age communal people of the forest get it. Their ancient prophecies about this awakening time told them that the experimenters of ownership would wake up in the nick of time. And the Mayans stay up at night reading their perfect calendars, which are really a long song that changes its beat around 2012 AD. Time relaxes then, it said. The accuracy of that amazing calendar describes the song of consciousness growing more complex in regular patterns as time simultaneously speeded up. Timeline flows into a spiral, ever tightening, until right now is infinity. And as the people of this new time look around in presence, why, every bit of life, the waters, the tenacious grasses, our own dear bodies, became precious. Former dreams of otherness dissolved into the scientific discovery that everything is made of the same thing, light. And each creature, loving and nurturing our direct experiences, set it all back in order. Every possible tone and note flung far and wide is now drawn back into a living song that has become physical. It's a song of shadow and light, dissolving and rising, losing and finding, fascinated with differences. Tension and release, life and death are witnessed. And, truth be told, the story ends happily. Light and delight is, as it always has been, happy with itself.